Okay, I get questions from students regarding what is the difference between nPr and nCr. Okay, I uploaded this slide before, but I think I'll take this opportunity to explain again. So the difference between nPr and nCr can be illustrated by this simple example. So the three disciples of Jesus, Peter, James, and John, if let's say, because they are all fishermen, so they are taking part in the fishing competition, and they are only first and second prize. So what are the possible outcome of the result would be? So three of them, only two of them will get first and second prize. And you must understand, when it comes to competition, the ranking is important. So Peter, James is different from James, Peter. Because Peter, James means Peter is better than James. James, Peter means James is better than Peter. So the ranking is important. So when that happens, you have to use nPr. nPr will give you 6 different outcomes. So what's nPr? nPr means you're choosing 2. Okay, in this case, 3p2. What is the meaning of 3p2? 3p2 means you're choosing two elements from 3 elements, and then you arrange them. All right, you have to arrange them in a sequence. Then that's nPr. Then what's nCr? nCr is the scenario will be best described in this case. Peter, James, and John, they decided to spread the gospel in group of 2. Now, if let's say you're going to spread the gospel in group of 2, Peter and James and Peter, is there any different? There's no different, right? Because there's no ranking involved. So Peter, James, Peter is considered as one example. So you cannot repeat that. So Peter, James, I can't say James, Peter is another type of grouping. No, it's the same. James, Peter, James is the same thing. So I cannot repeat them. Likewise, Peter, John, Peter, there's no different. So in this case, we have to use nCr. So when you use calculator, you have to use nCr in this case when arrangement is not involved. So 3c2, what does it mean? It means from 3 people, I chose 2 to group them, not arrange them, to group them. nPr means I chose from 3 people, I choose 2, and then I arrange them. So what are the possibilities? So in this case, it's 6. nCr will be 3.